I looked at my baby girl one last time and winked, and I said, I am the sky, and the sky loves you with all of my heart. I didn't know what was going to happen after I closed my eyes, but regardless, I knew I'd always be with her in some way, and she would definitely always be with me wherever it was I was going. Then I closed my eyes and simply stopped being a part of the world in the way that they were. Once and for all, death in one form or another was the unfortunate and unexpected perennial theme of my life. I've heard people say that you can see your soul leaving your body, or that there should be some sort of bright tunnel that you need to head to, but for me, that wasn't the case. I can't say I've woken up from death or if I even knew exactly where I was, but I do know it at least seemed good, maybe even a little more than good. I don't know for sure yet. I felt like I had been here before, even though I had absolutely no idea where here was. I was told that after you die, you should see some sort of magnificent bright light. And I did see a light, and it did seem amazing, but it was off in the distance, appearing to be quite far away. I could also faintly hear the most pleasant music. That comforting hymn was so glorious that it was beyond anything I could adequately describe with my limited earthly comprehension. I thought it came from the same direction as the light, but I wasn't sure about that either because it sounded like it was delicately pouring in from everywhere. If it wasn't for those two, what I can only define as heavenly signs somehow engulfing me in assuredness, I would almost think somehow I ended up in that other place. The one most commonly described as quite a bit hotter and possibly not so welcoming. My instincts and that beautiful music were definitely telling me that I didn't have anything to worry about, even though I was stirring up my own emotions. I guess I was doing that because as my memories were flashing through my head, I could see with perfect clarity that I didn't have what most would consider an easy life. I lost so many friends and family members way before anyone would think their expected time should have been, and those visions were flashing through the sky of wherever I was now at. Many of those closest to me died in a terrible war. Some of them took their own lives, and many others had their lives abruptly eliminated by whom we considered to be the enemy. Life just didn't seem to give any of us the cards that any of us could expect to win with. Standing there, wherever there was, I was reliving those recollections in full view, but this time it was more as a spectator. Admittedly, in many ways my life resembled one of constant struggle, but in one very special way, I will be the first to say that I was blessed beyond measure. I think I was just beginning to realize how much of a gift I was given, but for whatever reason, I had to leave. I remembered and actually saw everything, regardless of where I was, with perfect clarity. The prominent thought on my mind, as it always was and always will be, was of Mia. Mia was such a great and unexpected gift. I often question if I ever came close to deserving such a wonderful responsibility. Up until her birth, I felt the only constant in my life was death, but not with her. She brought life, a real life. A life that finally made me feel blessed for having. But then I had to go. I will say, though, that little girl enlightened me about how great of a connection that kind of love can bring.